Third CT event, folks. I think this time they didn't really change too much from the second one. But I'm excited because, like, we have an actual team contesting us. So they're, like, 10 points behind us right now. And they are a pretty good team. They got top 25 twice for the first two events. So, like, not only would it be hard to finish top 25 again, but even getting first in this local leaderboard may be tough. So I gotta help my team. So let's see. I want to start with this one. A boss tile, because boss tiles are fun. I think the relics are probably going to be Flint Tip's Alchemist Touch. And we have Monkey Boost, and is Thrive worth it? We don't have any money making, but I guess there's nothing else that's really good here. 1-tier Vortex, so I'm thinking probably Sticky Bomb at minimum. I don't know what else I could afford in those 40 rounds, but we'll see. Honestly, Crossbow Start is probably decent, so I'm gonna go with that. 0-2-3. And of course, round 4 is an absolute nightmare. That's a penalty. You know what's funny? It can actually work. 0-2 Do Dart. Maybe we need attack speed. You know what? Triple Shot actually might be good because of the Flint Tips. We get more fire because there's 3 projectiles instead of 1. So more Pierce to go around. Let's give it a go. We don't normally go this upgrade, but I think it actually might be good here. I'm actually happy we have some serious competition for once. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one too. I guess it's just a shame that they don't have the leaderboard reflect that. I don't know if it's almost impossible to get top 25, but both the teams right now are in the top 10 in our bracket. But that likely might drop off as we keep stealing each other's tiles and getting less points because of it. So NK's they gotta do something to fix that leaderboard thing, because it's pretty much RNG. It depends on what bracket you fall into. You know, I don't think it's too early to go for a ninja, because I'm gonna turn it into a sticky bomb anyways. I just gotta make sure that it's not in range of getting stunned. You know what? Is it too late just to go for a cluster bomb? I think I might do 2 runs for this one. So if I get a penalty here, screw it. I just want to see how long it'll take, or if this is the right sticky bomb spot. We'll use this first run as a test run, I suppose. Alright, so let me just test first off. I'll try sticky bomb. And what else? I know this will get stunned, but let me just do an overdrive just cuz, and an embrittlement. I want to see if this beats the 2 minutes, but I'll likely restart. Here we go. That definitely looks like it's gonna get stunned. Right? Or no? It's actually getting a bit further away, so maybe we're good. Okay, we are good, but it did stun these two, though. That's the problem. I'm thinking what I could do is I could sell the overdrive and the embrittlement last minute, but problem is that I won't be able to buy it back because it's too expensive, and yeah. Wait, did it get stunned here? Oh, the ninja got stunned. Either way, I think this actually still beats the time that was set. 2 minutes. So I just gotta change. Well, I could run it back with the same things, but I don't think I want to break this time by a good amount. I want to get the best time possible. Okay, so apparently I can stack 2 stickies at once with 2 ninjas, but we can try that, I guess. But right now, I think I'm gonna start with the attack because this does help with Flint Tips, and we can keep it as an overdrive later on if we decide the ninjas aren't good. Okay, so Fable here has a showcase to show that sticky bombs do extra damage. They stack. It goes up by 1k increments. I guess we'll try to see if we can pull that off. Guys, I also forgot about the powers here. So what I could do is I should use Monkey Boost for the camos on 37, because I don't want to buy the ninjas just yet. I don't know where I'm going to place them, and I want to run with these towers right now. Mold Mine also, yeah, 300 damage, I think. 300 damage could up a little bit, so I'll drop that too. Thrive, I think we'll use on round 38 and 39. Maybe just the last 4 rounds of the 30s. Okay, so Thrive instantly. 36, 37, and then 38, 39. Sounds like a deal. And, oh my god, that is not gonna pop, is it? Come on, Dart Monkey. Why you got no Pierce? I'll drop it to 000 Ninja, I guess. So I'll use 1 boost here. I really don't think I should use a boost, though. It's still not enough? Holy crap, that's awful. That's awful, guys. 0.1 second penalty? Okay, if I gotta restart a 3rd time, I'll do it, but I'll take that for now. I forgot to Thrive also. Ideally, I'd save all 3 boosts for the Vortex, but the thing is, I don't think Sticky Bomb is affected by Monkey Boosts. Like, there's a timer for... They can't, like, throw 2 stickies at once on it. With one ninja, that is. But yeah, let's try the stack. So apparently I can put it really far from Vortex and it'll still reach like this. And yeah, there's nothing really else I can buy. So I'm just gonna drop a MOAB mine right now. And I'll play and watch the damage of each of these guys, alright? Are we stacking it? Nope, that did not stack that time. How about now? It did not stack. It's still... Oh, no, it's stacking. Yep, we got the 1k at once. But why does this feel so slow? We're definitely getting 1k at a time. But is it that Embrittlement Overdrive actually does better? Because that took 30 seconds to get all the way. Let's redo this. Alright, here's your setup. 3 Overdrives and Embrittlement. We'll see how quickly it falls. I won't use a Monkey Boost for this one. I'm just curious. Oh, that's way fast and sticky. Not even close, guys. I think it's worth just waiting for the, like, the stun to wear out. I also can't die to these balloons here, so... Oh, there's a ceramic. I'm dead. How do I deal with the AI spawns? You know what I'm thinking, actually? What if I sell one of the attacks before it pops to get defense? So I'll use Monkey Boost now. And the moment... Or right before it pops... Sell. Like that. And now I have 3k to defend. Cluster like this? Yeah, sure, why not? This should defend. Also, this is a bug. Why is that surround going so fast? That is almost certainly a bug. And it better not die because of it. But yeah, that sends a long time, but there's not much we can do about it. Alright, so far we're 30 seconds in. Skull number 2. I'm gonna buy back another attack. And let's not Monkey Boost. I'm gonna Monkey Boost the last part. I think I should really sell a tower, though. Like, let's sell all of them, actually. I think it's probably worth it. Just to get everything faster. Like this. And another Overdrive quickly. I want to sell this, too. For you. And then Monkey Boost now. This should be a really fast time. I think. Dar Monkeys. Do damage. Nice! We cleared it by 40 seconds. So I think that's a 120. That's pretty good. Oh, wait. Let's just get a tower to pop the red tier. Good enough. Good enough. I think if you just optimize selling towers before it hits the skull, you can probably get even a lower time, but I think that's enough for one tile. All you guys are saying, I'm spending too long for one tile only for it to degrade. There you have it, though. We didn't spend too long on this tile. The thing is, like, 80% of the map is least cash or least tiers, which sucks because, yeah, I have no option but to play those right now. I'll do this one. 62 rounds, 10k to beat. You know, I think we actually might use ice for this one. So that's why I'm going to enable deep heat. So the ice works on the white balloons, and otherwise these are the tiles I want to bring. I think first things first, you want a Zealy. And she'll do some mob damage, but I need another mob damage tower after that. Do you guys think maybe a middle path boomerang is okay for mob damage? Because, wait, let me just see what's cheaper. Turbocharge or more press? Oh, more press by far. But what if I stop at a bio boomer? You see the description says it does more damage than mob class balloon. So what if that's enough mob damage? I go like bio boomer and an embrittlement with +1. And then monkey boosts and mob mines. And then, you know, totem as well from Azealia. And I get flint tips from the bio boomer too. Can the boomerang pop frozen? Oh, right, I just realized. 230 doesn't pop frozen, does it? No, I need red hot ranks, but then I lose the flint tips. But I mean, I guess I'm getting... No, I'm getting embrittlement. So embrittlement allows the tower to pop the balloons, even if it can't pop it. That's what the debuff is. So I think we're still good in that case. I'm gonna put the boomerang here, by the way. Yeah, you see this? All hit balloons become brittle. What brittle means is that you can now pop frozen. I'm just gonna buy it anyways, because I'm pretty sure I need it. Wait for it. Yeah, you saw that? That boomerang shot procced ice shard, so we're okay. We're okay that the boomerang doesn't hit frozen, because it can now. Also, we're not buying deep freeze because I'm trying to save money here. Alright, let me just buy everything now. So if I buy this, I am down to 1689 under the current score. So yeah, I really can't buy much else other than deep freeze. Alright, mob damage. Oh, it doesn't even reach there. That stinks. Let me just see, though. If I don't use anything... Oh my god, it sucks. Okay, well, it still popped into time, so... That's not good, though. I lost lives from round 40. On the bright side, we have this coming soon. Azelia's attack does far more damage than World Class Balloons, so this will be fine. But the other ones have Ice Shards, that's true too. That's true too. Part of the damage, or part of the thing that gives more damage to mobs is shards flying around when balloons are in the middle, so not the worst thing. I also have Hex coming soon for BFBs in round 62. Alright, this round I want to see how much damage does Smudge Cat do at level 8. That's 10 damage or 20. Either way, it's popping so much faster now, so I think we're okay. You can see here, 20. It's 20 damage. Holy crap. Azelia's pretty cracked. Not gonna lie. Maybe the problem is that there's multiple MOAB, so no, we're good. Look at the Ice Shards. It just one-shot them over there. So good. Dude, I don't even need to use any of these power-ups. Do you think I could have saved money somewhere? It feels like at this point, I probably could have gotten away with not buying glaives. That would save another $200, but we probably already pinched enough. I don't think actually we're gonna get a Hex on by level 60, so that's okay. I will probably just drop a mine this round, right? Yeah, I will. And I'll use a boost, because 3 rounds left, 3 boosts. Sounds about right. Maybe even drop a totem if I feel like I need it. Well, let me just see where a boost takes us. I think it should be enough. Yeah. Don't need totem yet. No need for the totem fells. Oh, we're leaking. I'm gonna drop totem now. Kinda scared, not gonna lie. Last round. Okay, we got mold mine to pop part of that, so monkey boost just to make sure, and GG. That is an under 9k score, right? Right? 8860, yep. Very cool. Nice. Alright, there's all my tickets for the day. Done. It's day 3, and we pulled ahead by the second place team by a lot. Unfortunately, they're back to take our tiles, and because of that, our rank is very low. We're down out of the top 25. 38th now. Again, it's all about getting 5 inactive teams if you want to get a top 25. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty hard. Yeah, I'm going to go help out my team. Let's get this Relic. Monkey Boost is really good. Not captured yet. It is a shoots race, so it's pretty tough. What relics do I want to bring? Well, I think it's definitely these 4 almost all the time for races. Extra starting cash in a box of Monkey to get the fastest start, and then Flint Tips Oct Touch for the Boomerang and Blaze Shooter. Let's go to round 15 to start here. Maybe I'm aiming for a 230 for this one. I think with the Blaze Shooter we can go to round 18. How about 19? I'm feeling greedy. How about 20? I'm thinking after we can go for a Ricochet. 3-2-0 perhaps. Again, don't set too aggressively, because we don't have extra lives. There's the Ricochet though. Nope, we're dead. Guess that was too aggressive. Alright, how about last in the Boomerang? So the Glaives maximize Pierce, I'm thinking. There also might be merit to not going Flint Tips or not going Middle Path to skip out on the Flint Tips, because I'm already getting Flint Tips on the Blaze Shooter, so it's kind of a double overlap if I do that. But let me just see first off. Maybe it is better with the Boomerang on last. Yeah, it is, for sure. We'll go to 39 now. 47 seconds in, there it is. I don't want to outbuff it yet, because I need camo. That'll be the bomb race. Hopefully it gets enough balloons. Now we'll outbuff it. Like that. And now I think we can go to 45. With 2 fighter races. Like that. And then 49. I'm gonna pause here, because I think I'm dead. I have a scary feeling we'll die to the MOAB. So what if I get a quick overdrive? I don't know. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hang on. MOAB press. But I'm dead to round 46. The fortified ceramic. Okay. Perhaps we can go for a fighter plane, because if it's only 1 MOAB, that's not bad. And then we get upgrade to ODS, which does get the Flint Tips. So it sounds like a good idea in theory. Okay, good run so far. So we're gonna skip the Alchemist first. Let's go for Pineapple Ace. 39. There's Bombers. Okay, now we're saved. So that's definitely the right build order. You don't need to outbuff the Boomerang yet, right? Actually, yeah, you don't have to do it at all. Let me go for this first, fighter plane. And then, when I get this, let's go to 45. And let's buy Berserker Brew. Put this on first for any leakers. And pray I survive this. 420. 49. Hey, I'm alive, okay. Now, how do I defend the mid-50s? Well, I feel like it's simple. Not Maelstrom, because there's not enough balloons to make Maelstrom worth it. It's the mobs again that are the issue. So I'm thinking what we could do. Let's give an out buff to this guy, the ODS, and then overdrive on each side. 55 now. 59 now, right? Yeah, 59. So we get this on both sides. Camos, please don't be an issue. Please don't be an issue. 2 bombers is an ODS, out buffed. And camos are still an issue. Dang it, okay. Maybe 1 more plane for the camos. So remember, fighter plane, and then we can pretty much go at 110 to around 45. Make sure to buy out buff on this guy, and then we'll get ODS very soon. Gotcha, okay. 49 now, and then we gotta out buff the ODS. I almost got mad that we died there. We're not dead, though. Yet. Okay, let's get 1 more bomb race, like this. 2 more, actually. I actually like having them on both sides. And now we go to 58. Think I'm safe? Quickly? No, we're not safe. Overdrive? Out buff? I think we're safe now, though. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, there we go. 9 lives left. We're out of towers, too. Let me sell this thing for you. However, now what we gotta do is we gotta kill the first balloon instantly. So I think I should sell maybe 1 bomb race for more ODSs. I think the last balloon comes out is either ceramic and or a MOAB. So I just got to get giga damage everywhere. Like this. And it's on the left side. 232, alright. Well, I said I want 230, so that's close enough. Fairly solid time. And now we get a good relic to boot. Alright, so this is CT event number 4, and I know I'm a bit late to the party here, but in case you can't tell by my voice already, I am sick and was sick for the past week. Maybe more on that later, but yeah. That being said, for today's episode, I wanted to showcase one of the new relics in this event that I thought was just really absurd. So it's over on this tile over here, which very fortunately is right next to Respawn. It's MOAB Clash. Basically what it does is all attacks do +3 damage to MOAB Clash balloons, which, if you don't know how insane that is, well, basically every tower that does 1 damage with their attack now gets 4 for quadruple damage. But yeah, without a doubt, that is probably the most broken relic in the game, and especially against bosses, because yeah, in case you didn't know, bosses count as MOAB Class balloons, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use it on a boss. Before we start, if you want to take a look at our bracket here, we are again winning by a fair margin. However, because the teams we're playing against are pretty active, we're still not able to get a top 3 for this event. But top 11 in the world, I think my team will still take it. So yeah, let's go ahead and capture this Balloon Ares relic tile. So we get Air and Sea if we win. This one's also a pretty good relic. These military towers are reduced 10%, and they shoot 5% faster. This one's also 2 tiers with farm enabled, so we gotta make sure to farm pretty hard. Now, as for relics, I'm thinking the following. Obviously, MOAB Clash. Monkey Boost basically doubles the damage of bosses when they arrive. Camo Traps, so I don't have to worry about John Camo Protection, and Flint Tips to help out with the druids. And let's begin. It is hard standard difficulty, so that means affording our first farm is going to be pretty hard, which means we're not going to be able to farm super hard for tier 1 Balloon Ares here. But honestly, we don't have to, again, since we have the +3 damage from MOAB Clash. If you want any perspective how broken +3 damage is to anything, well, think of it this way. Embrittlement is a $5,000 upgrade, gives +1 damage to balloons in a tiny range. We also have Glue Strike and Glue Storm, which is like 20,000 for Glue Storm, and that gives +2 damage. And then after that, we have stuff like Cripple MOAB and Subritta, which give +5. But the thing is, those cost like 35k. So essentially, we're getting like a $20,000 to $30,000 value from that one relic alone. Which again, I don't think I need to explain how absolutely bonkers that is. You'll just see for yourself. Anyways, about time. Round 7, we get our first farm down. Now, remember that there's a 14 tower cap in this challenge, so I can't quite spam like low-level tier towers in order to heal balloonies faster, because that would be the play if I had unlimited towers. I think the best DPS for your buck is probably 010 Druid, 8 damage per shot if you add +3. 32 damage per shot to that balloon Arius. But yeah, if I can't spam a lot of them, it might be maybe base Super Monkey spam. Pop Lust. You also want to make use of these daily road spikes that we have, because that allows me to grade harder by not, you know, having to spend money on defense. So a couple road spikes here, hopefully no penalty. Anyways, next tower on the list, I want to actually draw my hero, Zelia. She doesn't really do great damage, but the thing is, I'm thinking for tier 2, we would probably go for an Avatar Wrath, and the only way to lose lives without actually leaking balloons, which is probably really hard without getting a penalty in Balloon Arius, is by using Azalee's Totem. So yeah, I gotta drop her early in order to get her to level 7 so I lose enough lives. But yeah, I do have to start upgrading my Boomerang here. Starting to run out of road spikes. 2 spikes left. Anyways, next tower I want to get is probably Lead Popping. Right now it's only Azealia. I'm thinking probably a 030 Druid, because that applies Flint Tips too. Just again, hopefully you don't get any penalty with this round. I think I might get one though. Come on. Ah, 0.6 seconds, that's fine. Not a big deal, but obviously. Prefer the penalty be 0. Anyways, no point restoring over 0.6 seconds. We're now just going to upgrade to Marketplace, and yeah, hopefully get 5 of them. That should give us enough money for tier 1 Balloon Arius here. Alright, bad news. You only upgrade 4 of them to Marketplace in time. I think if I get it at this point, it's not going to make the money back. So let's see how much money we have after selling every farm. It's probably worth it because I can definitely farm back, I believe, after this. $27,000. Not terrible. Anyways, I'm a firm believer that the Populous Army is probably going to do the most damage, even without it leaking any lives. So let me go ahead and work on that. It's quite an expensive defense, actually. I'm already down to $4,000. I have 5 towers left. I will, of course, sell these 2 to push it even further. Alright, now we're down to 1 tower left. Now, I do have to make sure I have defense for the Balloon Insights from Balloon Arius, so I guess I'll probably just drop a 420 Boom right back here. Don't have the money to afford it, but hopefully it's a mid-round buy. Make sure all the Druids are on strong so that we target Balloon Arius, and here we go. Gonna make sure to use the boost instantly. And look at that damage go, guys. That's gonna be a fast one now. Oh my god. I need to start something quickly once it is about to pop. Now? Alright, pause. Honestly, I don't even know if 420 Brewing Spam is going to be fast enough for this. Or enough damage, so hang on. Juggernauts. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Look at all this defense on the field right now. And we're still dead. Not sure there's much I can do other than be quicker on my feet, but this time I'm just gonna get 1 less druid to get a pre-bot 320, and again, here we go, use a boost. This should, I guess, give us a head start in, you know, not having the greens be literally everywhere on the screen. Also, I guess, doing some good damage to these ceramics. And there we go, sell, rapidly. So 420, Juggernaut. Maybe I can just get an Ultra Juggernaut now that I'm looking at things. But this should hopefully be enough. Alright, and it is. That might have been a little bit aggressive in terms of how much I, you know, sold there. But I'll take it. Now, unfortunately, this actually does nuke my eco. Like, a lot. So I don't know if that was actually the best idea. Holy crap. Yeah, are you seeing this, guys? Oh my god. Let me get back my druid and I guess sell you. Yeah, I only have a marketplace and a plantation now. Hopefully it's enough, though. Anyways, what I gotta do now is I gotta start leaking lives for the druid army, but unfortunately, I activated before I bought it. But I'll get this one dropped. I only need 1 of them, by the way, because the Afterwrath is like you can do the most damage here. So the MOAB Clash Relic isn't going to be the most useful for tier 2. It's really just tier 1 where we can get an absolutely insane time on. Anyways, the most efficient farming method from here is basically marketplace spam, but again, because of the tower cap, I can only drop like 4 more, so I guess if I have to, might need to upgrade 1 or 2 of them to Central Market, if that I can even afford it, that is. Well, 1 last tower, guys. I actually don't think I can probably go for Central Market at this point, because, again, it needs to pay itself off in time. And I think we only have 5 rounds left. Yeah, unfortunately, that's likely not going to happen, so yeah. Let's just pray we can afford the Avatar Wrath without getting a penalty as well. I think I am going to be able to lose a good amount of lives. Not sure if it's enough to get max. I think you need to lose 90 in this game. That means 4 more activations with 3 rounds to go. Nah, probably 2 more activations. That'll be good enough, probably. Well, here we have it. $27,000, so I definitely have enough to afford Avatar Wrath. But can I afford that and the accessories? $33,000 extra? I think so. Yeah, $16,000 and enough more, so I guess I'll also get a tier 4 elf buff and $10,000 left. I think the best I can do with this money is probably, again, 010 Druid spam. I guess I also have excess cash, 4,000, so I guess I'll do Super Monkey, because again, 1 damage is pretty good. I'll buy range as well in case it doesn't reach, and I think we're ready to go. How fast do you think this thing dies? Hopefully really fast. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Boost instantly. I have 2 of them to use, by the way, so... I don't even think I have enough time to use the second one. No, this is going to be a 30-second kill. Yeah. Safe to say, this time is probably, well, safe to not be beaten. So there we go. Yeah, apparently in CT bosses, you don't have to kill the balloons too. That's buff the balloon area, so that's cool. And yeah, folks, that is a 34-second time. Very nice. And while we're at it, let's do another boss tile. So this one's Vortex. Only 1 tier easy mode. And this time you have a selectable hero, but I'm still going to pick Azili, and here's why. Well, we have Sniper for Elite Defender, so if we Elite Lives with Elite Defender, I feel like that would be the fastest way to kill Vortex. Other than that, same relics as last time. MOAB Clash won't be as useful combined with Elite Defender because Elite Defender does 7 damage, so plus 3 is closer to like 40% damage increase, but that's still pretty good. Don't get me wrong. We also have Tech and Ice Enable for these challenges, but I don't think that's something we're going to use because, again, Vortex can stun them close range. So you're better off getting something that just goes through the shield, aka the Sniper. Now, because we want to get Azili's level 7 for round 40, I think we have to drop her early, so that means sacrificing farms, but that's, again, a sacrifice I have to make. And with that, I don't even know if I can level her to 7 in time, but I'll always spend the money on that if we are short. Again, don't forget to use your road spikes accordingly so that we don't get any penalty for these rounds. Should have mentioned those uninformed once more that you get a penalty if you take too long to beat a round. And that means those pesky reds that go along that long loop are the balloons are probably going to get you a penalty. So you gotta do that. And yeah, we also have Balloon Trap too. Oh, we also only have 2 farms. I just noticed that. Oh, that's gonna suck. Well, what do you think is a good time to start going for that Balloon Trap then? Because I feel like that would also help for defense as well. And there we go. There's a 0.01 second penalty. Just my luck, eh? Actually, on second thought, I'm probably just going to go for the marketplace first. Because, again, we don't make enough money from these rounds in the 20s to have Balloon Trap actually be that profitable. So probably 2 marketplaces. And I could probably get this in the early 30s. Because, again, we have easy prices. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Honestly, on second thoughts, I actually should have gone for a bank. Because if you only have 2 farms... the bank is so much better than the plantation, because generally with the plantations or the marketplaces is that the immediate cash you get back can be used to invest in other farms, but because I can't invest in other farms, then you might as well go for that bank. Well, it's too late to restart now. Well, I could restart, but then I have to start from the checkpoint, which is really annoying, so I'll pass. Anyways, Balloon Trap now, boys. 014, let's put it in the entrance here. And yeah, at this point, there's really nothing more I can buy. Ideally, I want to be able to afford Elite Defender and an Overclock beforehand in order to, well, buff the damage even more. Anyways, also looks like we'll get level 7 Azili time, so no worries about that. Also, make sure to put the Sniper probably close to in range of Azili so that we get the attack speed as well from the totem that gives. So I'm going to bank this run, hopefully giving us enough money to get Overclock and Elite Defender. So let me just pre-buy it. And total selling power of these towers I have is about 11k. I think because of East prices, it's definitely affordable. So here's to hoping. Alright, so here we go. Entering round 40 with 12k and 22. I think it's definitely affordable. Watch this, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, definitely, definitely. In fact, I could even keep the overclock, but there's no point. What we want to do now is sell you. It'd be cool if I could also afford Elite Sniper, but that's not happening. So I think with the rest of the money, I'm not sure whether a 204 Sniper is better than an Overdrive that I use for 1 partition of Vortex. I think I'm going to roll with the Overdrive for this one. I'm also going for a Britomir for another damage boost, +1. And yeah, that's about as much as I can afford, folks. So when the round starts, use Totem, use Monkey Boost, and we'll see how fast this kills. 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. Okay, that Totem is barely in range. We're lucky. Also, hopefully I'm not wrong about this, but also, ceramics. Oh, you're gonna maybe put the sniper on first, aren't you, for a bit? Well, you got me there. Actually, no, I lost lives, so that kind of helped too, right? Although I already initially lost lives from the Zeale's Totem, so if you didn't know there's like a cooldown between Elite Defender activating or not, I don't know if there's an initial cooldown, but it seemed like I got an insane attack speed boost at the start. So I'm gonna assume that works. 30 seconds, not bad. Honestly, I low-key thought it would have been faster than that. But that's okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the quick run of the boss towers I played, and yeah. Apparently there's more relics that we haven't even seen yet that people have day in mind. So I'm quite interested to see what those are going to be when they finally come. Because if they're as broken as MOAB Clash, then oh boy. How's it going, guys? So today we're over on CT because I want to showcase an XP farming strategy that works on contested territories. And is probably one of, if not the best XP farming method in the game. The only caveat is that you have to be a little bit active compared to your average AFK deflation or whatever else it may be. Some of you guys might know this already, but most of you probably don't know that races are the most efficient XP farming per time. And unlike a race where you either need a race pass that costs real money or monkey money to reach Y, race attempts are free in CT as long as you have a ticket. So basically all you need for this is 1 ticket or team ticket available, or 2 tickets if the race you're trying to capture isn't captured yet. Because if you have 0 tickets available, then this new game button will be no longer highlighted. So yeah, this method basically works for every current and future contested territory, but of course the maps are going to change. So for this week specifically, I have scoured across the map and found the most efficient race tiles. So starting off with this one is an 80-round Alpine Run race. And just so this is as easy to replicate for you guys as possible, I will have no relic selected. Ignore the daily relic because I can't disable that, but the Alchemist Touch shouldn't really change things. So just showing how long it takes in real time, I have a timer in the bottom right corner that I'm going to start right about now. Now you want to play the race of fast forward, of course, because that'll get you the most XP per unit time. Doesn't matter what time we get on the race clock, even if we don't beat the top. In fact, it's better we don't beat the top so that we don't spend a ticket. So yeah, 200 Boomerang into Ricochet once you can afford it, and then you send around 24 once you afford that. Now we save up to about $2,000 while slowly sending more rounds out. And then we can just go for the Morglaive straight up. Next problem is camos and MOAB, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a 320 Sprockets on strong. And then I'm going to get a 240 over here. You could probably buy the Dartling first, by the way, to not die to camos. That's what I would recommend. But yeah, now we can go for Hydra Rocket Pods. Shoot, then straight line. Micro isn't quite required for this, but it would help, I guess, in case you're really scared about dying. But this should be an overall very safe run. After the Rocket Storm, we want to go for a Marketplace, because that gives you money faster, because we want to go for a Glaive Lord next. Now, once we're close to getting another Rocket Storm, we can send up to around 55, and then use the ability accordingly, but you really shouldn't need to use the ability. We'll send a couple more rounds out too, maybe up to 59, because we can beat every MOAB by now. And what we're aiming for is a Glaive Lord, so let me go ahead and sell. Here's Glaive Lord. And now, after that, we can send every round at once, and yeah. Easy as that. Now we just finish it off by getting towers that do good damage to ZMG. So I'll go for a Dark Knight on strong. But other than that, you can pretty much just wait to the end. So yeah. Just left 27k, and there it is, guys. About 2 minutes, 22 seconds for that run there. And for that race tile, we end up getting 125,000 XP. And based on how long it took us, 224, that's exactly 25 runs of this per hour. So just use some simple math. 125k times 25 runs, and we get 3 million XP in 1 hour. Now again, this is just a theoretical high, because nobody will probably be playing the same race over and over for 1 hour straight without stopping. Because as you saw, it requires activity unlike the other XP farm methods, but it still far exceeds the amount of XP you get AFK. So even just being active for half that amount of time will net you more XP. So because Pink captured this banner tile, I'm going to take it back, but at the end of this video, just in case you guys are curious about the best strategy for this tile. But before then, let's find more tiles, because the thing is, I know a lot of you guys probably are in shitty teams that have no tiles captured, so say your spawn is all the way over in red, and you cannot reach this tile. Well, don't worry, there's plenty of other tiles on this map. One I've scouted over here is tile FBD, 72 rounds, so it doesn't give you as much XP as the 80 rounder, but it should be finished faster because of that. Precisely 92,000 XP for this one. I will admit this is a pretty rough one. So again, timer begins now. I'm gonna place the Ice Cow here and send 9 rounds. Fast forward. Probably send a couple more rounds if you see the balloons are pretty light. So 13 rounds there. I'm gonna try to save an ace right in the middle here. So here we go, 13 rounds. Let's get Pineapple Ace. And we're gonna go into Bomber Ace. So again, just freely send more rounds as you see fit. Slowly, maybe 1 every 2 seconds or so. Once you get Bomber Ace though, you can send up to around 20, I would say 27. Wanna go for a 1-3-0. And then I'm gonna go for a Wall Fire. Yes, the nerfed Wall Fire. It's still fine. Trust me, guys. Want to go for a 0-2-1. And then we can probably sell the Ice Cow for the D-Breath and set up to 39 rounds. 0-3-2, by the way. And now I'm going to build an Ice Shard over on this intersection. 2 of them precisely. And then I'm going to send up to around 49. 49. I'm going to build a Juggernaut right after that into an Ultra Juggernaut. So $15,000 for it. You can either sell towers for it or wait by sending a couple more rounds, but I'm gonna sell a couple towers just to speed up the process. So there we go. Sell 2 for the U-Jug. After this, you can send every round at once, but make sure to get camo. That would be a Shimmer. You also want to get other D camo to be safe, so I would do maybe Embrittlement. Couple of them over here to give the +1 damage debuff. Might look a bit scared, but don't worry. We're just fine. If you're really scared though, we can go for an 0-2-4 into 0-2-5 Elite Defender. But yeah, we should be fine here. So before I actually kill this, I'm gonna pause the game and pause the timer. So that was about 2 minutes. That's because this tile is currently taken by my own team, and I don't want to get a better time because that would actually waste my ticket. But that was roughly the end of it. So again, just do some quick extrapolation. 2 minutes for a 92k XP. It gets you about 2.7 million. A little bit less than the Alpine Run one, but still very good. So for the 2 tiles I've shown were Relic and Banner tiles, but the thing is, normal tiles might also be very good because some of them have a lot of rounds to them. So for example, let me go ahead and search tile EDC over here. This is a 65 round Monkey Meadow, and this one nets you 71,000 XP. And the benefit with normal tiles over Banner Relic is that knowledge is enabled, so you actually have an easier time, and so this actually may be more efficient than the other ones just because of how quickly you can finish it. See the 2 minute time over here? If you fast forward that, that's only 40 seconds. Of course, I won't go that fast for your guys' sake, so yeah. 3, 2, 1, let's begin. So I want to start off with a 0-0 attack over here. We'll send 7 rounds. We want to try to save for a Blaze Shooter. Once we're close to affording that, we can send up to round 17. And then we can probably send up to round 24 because of that. Now, let's go for 1-3-0 Druids. Those are insane damage. You can send up to round 32 after one of them. And then 39 after the other one. Actually, before that, go for a Shimmer just in case of camos. And then now we should be good. And then now you want to go for Ring of Fire, because that got buffed and it's now very good. So we can basically send insanely fast. Just watch this, guys. 49 rounds for one of them. 58 rounds after 2 of them. And hell, every single round now. 3 Ruffs should do the job. Trust me, guys. If you're really unsafe, just get a Blade Maelstrom. But we should also go for an Overdrive, because that's better MOAB damage. Yes, yes, yes. We're controlling here. Now we just wait for the end, and that was only 1 minute and 20 or so. So crunch it into my calculator once again, and we get about 3.1 million per hour with this. And the cool thing too is that there's not really any downtime between finishing and restarting, because you have a play again button if you fail. So you simply don't have to go back to the menu, waste more time. You can just jump in and get the XP immediately. So that's cool. Here's another very easy tile. 70 rounds of logs. This one gets you 87,000 XP. And these are the towers. Let me show how quickly you can do it. So basically how I'm going to start here is I am going to drop a 0-1-0 Ice Tower and send up to, I would say, 10 rounds, because Ice can probably handle that much. And we want to go for a 2-0-3 bomb. So you want to put it right here on close. Once you get 0-0-2, you can send a couple rounds, by the way, if you see that there's no more balloons entering. So basically you want to sell the Ice Tower for the bomb ASAP. After this, you can send up to round 27. After 2-0-3, wait a little bit for recursive, and then send round 39. So I'm gonna send it right about now, because we're close. And then now we just need cam protection, so I'll do an Ice Shards that hits camo. We'll also go for another recursive. Like that. Sent to 49 rounds now. And I want to go for a 420 to decamo. Also upgrade this to Embrittlement. It really doesn't matter exactly what you do here. Again, logs are so easy that you just spam any of the 2 towers on screen, at least the Embrittlement or the recursive, and you can basically beat every round. So I'm just going to send every round at once like that. Spam 204 bomb towers, because yeah, that's basically the freest win of all time, folks. And just to speed up the process, overdrive Embrittlement and the entrance, and just wait. This one does end up being a little bit slower than the last tile, but still very fast. Putting the numbers in my calculator, and that is also 3.2 million XP per hour. Not too shabby. And now let's finish off with one more tile here. This one is an intermediate map, so it actually gets you 10% more XP. Precisely 85,000 for 6-7 rounds of this one. So let's begin. You also want to go with the Blaze Shooter right on this bench over here. Send up to 7 rounds because we're a bit short of it. You can draw the free Dart Monkey if you want, but I'm going to opt not to. Just in case you guys don't have that monkey knowledge. But you probably should. So yeah, once you get Blaze Shooter, again, you basically send up to 17 rounds, up to 20, up to 27. We'll go 2 blades on this side, both sides. So before it lets come, don't want to send out 28. Now that you remove the middle though, and go for cluster, you can basically send up to 39. And I'm going to sell a blade just to afford recursive faster. Gonna go ahead and alpha up to 2. Gonna go ahead and get a camo Juggernaut for the camos here. And 49. You want to alpha up this Juggernaut because you want to turn it into basically an Ultra Juggernaut. So you can pretty much afford that right about now. So I'm going to sell the recursive for it. And then now we send out every round and see where we finish. In case you're struggling, another recursive. And another one. 402. And the rest is pretty trivial. We can just do Wing Monkey, alpha buff the Ace. Pretty much anything goes if you want to defeat the last balloons faster. Alright, waiting for the BFBs. Round 0 would probably be a better choice, honestly, but yeah, I was just thinking on the spot there. Another 1 minute 36 or so. This is, again, pretty consistent. Pretty much every tile. These 5 tiles I've shown you, they all make you about 3 million XP per hour on the best case scenario. So yeah, hope this helps you guys if you need XP for level ups. Once again, I know that these race tiles are harder to execute than your normal gameplay, but if you follow carefully or just play slower, I assure you it'll be just fine. Not to mention, you still get the XP too if you lose. Keep that in mind. So let me go ahead and beat this 3:15 time now on Alpine Run. The relics I'm choosing are Starting Stash, Box of Monkey, Marching Boots, and Restoration. Marching Boots is super helpful here because it basically increases the cap of the towers you have by 1. So you can do 2 more glaives instead of 1. This much money means you can definitely go with the farm. And we're going to go up to 35 rounds. All the way, upgrading to 220, going for a 302 Ricochet. There we go. And then send 39 now. Sell this at about 800 or so. Here we go. More glaives. Let's go for another boomerang. 302. Before camos kill me, I gotta go for a cleansing foam. Let's go to 45 now. 49 as well. Bit risky without MOAB damage yet, but we're fine, trust me. Let me go ahead and buy it mid-round. I should be able to afford this soon, so come on. We'll go to 55 now. Let me get 1 Hydra Rocket. Gimme. Cool. And then let's go for farm. Actually, let's go now. I'm going to try to push it really hard here. So that's a 32-second faster time than the current one. So if I win here, we take those. And I think we can afford Glaive Lord right about now, right? Yeah, very easily at that. Holy. Now, I mentioned earlier that once you get a better time than the current race tile, your ticket is used up immediately. So you can't try for a better time unless you stop before the game finishes. And I'm going to do that just because I think I can push this even more. Can we get faster than 32 seconds ahead of the current time set on this one? I think so. Okay, so let's try to be a bit more aggressive here by going for damage over camo first. So, Ricochet into more glaives before going for the decamo foam. 45 now. 49. Now I'll put foam a bit higher up so we decamo a bit earlier. And hell, let's go for a farm as well. Just because affording that, what do you call it? The Hydra Rocket Pod is pretty expensive. 1055 now. I want to set full set at about 220, so wait for it. 220 on the clock now. Trying to focus on MOAB, by the way, so I don't die to it. This will be a 39-second time save, which is actually insane. If we can get it to work. But again, that's a big if. So let me lock into place. Use Rocket Storm. Sell. Sell, sell, sell. No, I'm $1,000 short. Okay, that works though. I just have to maybe wait 2 more seconds or so. Okay, so again, we're looking at 219 for the Rocket Storm, 218 actually. Okay. Yeah, let's send a bit more safe here. So about 36-second time save. Let's just micro the Darling carefully so we don't do anything silly. And then Rocket Storm. And then get ready to sell. Got it. Alright, there we go. About time. So now we can freely survive with the Glaive Lord and just get farms before actually upgrading to other towers. I will go for a Dark Knight for sure. Probably a Tech Terror as well. And because the last boon is a rainbow, I want to insta-kill it by doing, I would do a 204 trap, multiple of them. Alright, there it is, double trap, and hopefully the cam was here on the last balloon that spawns. Nope. Now we just wait, there we go. Actually, 42 seconds ahead of our previous time, so that's better than the 35 that I thought. Alright, GG. 2:33. Very solid time. In fact, it's good if you set a very good score for the race tile you want to farm, just so that you don't end up accidentally beating it. So that, again, you only use it by most 1 ticket, because if you keep getting a slowly better and better score, you'll end up using all your tickets. So today we're going on a journey, not an Odyssey journey, but rather a journey through contested territory in order to achieve world domination. Or in other words, we are going to create the most stacked lineup of all time to achieve first place on the leaderboard. So basically in today's video, we're going to be looking at what it takes to be able to get the #1 spot on the leaderboard, or if not #1, very high. So in order to achieve world domination, we need to recruit 15 active players, which meant kicking a couple of our original members out. Sorry to Bloon. But yeah, so far Uncontested has only gotten top 25 in most of the events. This is going to be our biggest run by far. Also, what's at stake? Well, if you're in the top 3 of global teams, everyone on your team gets a tier of insta each, so it should be exciting to see if we can go for that and what insta we end up getting. So let's begin our journey over on day 1, the very opening hours of contested territory. First off, what's required is, of course, you must speedrun getting all the tiles so that you can start racking up points for them. For those who don't know how the point system works, regular tiles are worth 10 points per hour, relic tiles are worth 20 per hour, and banners are worth 40. So it is our goal to capture every relic and banner on the map. There are 24 of them each, and since each player gets 4 tickets, that means we can get all 48 of them, while having 12 to spare for the regular tiles. So here I am, just capturing a regular tile for my team's cause, since we need to bridge over to get a couple relics. Now, the thing with getting a high contested territory ranking is that it's pretty much reliant on RNG of your other 5 teams you're against. Basically, you want them to be as inactive as possible, which is kind of hard, especially for a team like us, because apparently there's matchmaking in this game, so it tries to pair you up with similar active teams. Luckily for us, we got 5 pretty dead teams. Didn't really look like it based on their team profiles, but yeah, I guess you can't judge a book by its cover, which means it's a perfect time to go for a top spot, since there's no competition. So therefore, getting really good times doesn't really matter, since, well, no one's going to capture them, but obviously, I still want to try my best. I don't want to be full lazy bones and get, like, awful scores. Still take pride in getting decent scores, but yeah. I used up all 4 of my tickets in the very beginning hours, and eventually so did the rest of my team. So the next morning, this is what the field looked like. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get all relics because it required a bit more regular tiles to take up. But that's fine. You don't have to be 100% perfect, but you need to be near perfect. And so right now that's good enough for, wow, 2nd place on the leaderboard, right behind Cheese the Algorithm, 2k points behind. And now over onto day 2. There are 7 days for the CT event, by the way. As you can see, we now hold every banner and relic, and something important I should mention is that each tile, when you capture it, lasts for 28 hours. So therefore, the most optimal way to farm points is, well, to basically refresh the tile as soon as it becomes neutral. And in doing so, that kind of means you gotta push back your tile take time 4 hours every single day, which might occasionally lead to some very ungodly hours that you have to play contested territory. Like, for example, our CT started about 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern, and we only started finishing taking tiles past midnight, which means for day 2 here, all of our tiles need to be taken between the hours of 12 to 4, which kind of sucked for the East Coasters. Because, yeah, most of our team is from NA, so some of us, unfortunately, had to wake up in the middle of the night for day 2 here, or at least stay up. I personally just captured one of the relics that we didn't get for day 1. And yeah, thanks team for letting me have a good night's sleep. Because next morning I just ended up taking scraps, aka a couple regular tiles. Because each tile only lasts 28 hours and you get new tickets every 24 hours, this kind of means you have a surplus. So we pretty much have no choice but to use a good chunk of them on regular still. But yeah, once again checking in on our leaderboard ranking, we are still 2nd place, the same amount of points behind Cheese and the Algorithm, so they pretty much got the same tactic down as us. Optimal tile taking. In case you guys are wondering how our team of 15 coordinated this, well, step 1, Discord. Step 2, we had someone timestamp all the banners and relics and for when they expire, so that every week we can choose which ones they want to take for their best availability. Yes, the things we go through for a top 1 run, and for 7 days straight. The thing is, if you split the duties between 15 people though, it's really not all that much. Or not all that bad. Now, day 3. Breaking news, something happened with the Cheese the Algorithm team, and they just plummeted to 3rd place, which now puts us in the lead by a nice 2.5k point cushion. Now, as far as I'm aware, that happened because one of the players on their team ended up getting flagged for some sus activity. Not sure what it is, but that's what I heard, and for a punishment, that one player lost all their points. So yeah, that kind of tanked their score pretty hard. F's in the chat for them, but yeah, now our team is in the driving seat, and as long as you don't make any major mistakes coordination-wise, we got this in the bag. Once again, we are keeping track of times of when to take tiles, and luckily, while day 3's isn't too bad, the times have now been shifted to the very early morning hours, so I just personally sniped the 9 a.m. ones. Great, now exposed my waking hours. Yes, can you believe it, guys? I wake up at a normal time. Anyways, the tiles I personally took for myself were, I would say, pretty fun ones. We got a cornfield race. We got a Blue and Aries boss insta-kill, or close to insta-kill with tax and embrittlements. And we got another race. Can you tell the pattern that I kind of prefer races? Sure helps us consent every round at once, so you don't have to wait for 90 rounds at least cash, or at least tiers tile. But yeah, our lead now has still stayed steady. 3,000 points over number 2. And also important is our lead over number 4, so we can guarantee that tier 5, 4.5 points above Juan, who is, I should note, a very scary team with 5 first place finishes out of 6. And with their 6th one being 3rd place. So don't count them out, they could overpush any moment now. Day 4. Looks like at this point, all the other teams got completely eradicated, and not a single one of them is holding any tiles. So now it's just us, all alone, which is a good thing, of course. And as you can see, we are still maintaining our around 2.5k point lead. Pretty good, more the same as recent days. The tile expiry times were very friendly for this day, most of them expiring around the early afternoon. So yeah, just to make things a bit easier too, we decided to automate this tile expiry system, aka advanced time tracking. Thanks team for setting it up. Pretty convenient. And now for day 5, how do the leaderboards look like? Well, as you can see, once again, our lead is still maintained, still around the 2.53k point mark, but take a look at the 3rd place team, 1. They are slowly rising up the ranks. Soon to jump into number 2 and maybe a shot at number 1, so we still gotta stay vigilant. Maintain that score upkeep. Once again, very, very reasonable tile expiry times, somewhere around the midday. And personally for me today, I decided to capture a couple of these race tiles. You see how precise I'm being. I'm literally waiting to the exact second it becomes neutral to finish it right off the bat. In fact, if I want to save even more time, I could jump into it like 1 minute before it expires, so I leave even less downtime. But it doesn't really make too much of a difference, as long as you're there for like the initial, say, up to an hour after expiry. So nothing else too important to write home about for day 5. Now for day 6. This is where the strategy starts to slightly deviate from the previous days. But before that, take a look at our current lead, and would you look at that? It has increased. Almost 4,000 points above Juan, who has now leapfrogged in the 2nd. So they might be climbing the ranks, but they're still further and further away from us, uncontested. But yeah, as I was saying, today is where the strategy deviates for several players. Because the problem is that the tile expiry times, a good chunk of them actually roll over to the next reset, aka day 7. So therefore, there aren't enough tiles for everybody to go around, banners and relics. And so that meant a good chunk of us were delegated to regular tile duty, and I figured I could be one to do that job. In fact, it's probably better that way, because regulars are so much easier than banners and relics that they're so much less time-consuming and much more chill. So they got that going for us at the expense of maybe a high global player ranking. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. And yeah, because of the fact that some banners and relics roll over to the next day, that means you see that today, the map is starting to get a little more filled out. And our points per hour is starting to get up there. Getting close to 1,700. When you saw early in the event, we were hovering around 1,500 to 1,600. But yeah, if you thought 1.7k per hour was high, wait till you see day 7. The final day, guys, the final 24 hours. And here is what the leaderboard looks like. 1 at 224k, uncontested 229. So not only maintaining the lead, but stretching out even more. Looks good for us, but I can't stress enough it ain't over till it's over. So here was the plan for the last day. Well, simply use our tickets the moment you can, because you don't want to be sitting around for it, because the event lasts less time now than the amount of points you can get maximum for holding a tile. So it's important for every member of our team to be on the moment they got their 4 tickets back. And yeah, I just personally took a couple regular tiles, as well as a couple of relics that nobody needs to recapture for day 6, because the 28-hour hold time flew right over that day. So I'm just here to recapture a couple of them, even though, you know, they haven't fully expired yet. And yeah, if you want to see how the board looks like at its absolute peak, then here you go. This is after almost all of the members recaptured relics or banners and or used all their regulars for the day. And look how glorious that map looks. I bet that's how a lot of you expected CT to look like. Take a look at our points per hour, 2,040. And the amount of tiles held, over 100. 60 of them being regular. And yeah, at this point, there's nothing to do but to wait and see how the leaderboard looks once the timer hits 0. And well, here we go. With 1 hour left, looks like we are still in the lead, with a score that pretty much mathematically seals us now as the #1 spot. So GG's to all the other teams, and now let's see what rewards we get now that the event is ended. Should actually show our tier 5 right as we press next, so here we go. Well, thanks for watching, see you guys next time.